Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. In this video, we will be talking about something really very important, especially for students जो अभी पास आउट हुए हैं 10th से या 12th से, जिसको नहीं पता कौन से करियर में जाए, पर उनको थोड़ा सा आइडिया है साइकोलॉजी क्या होता है। साइकोलॉजी में दे आर मोर इंटरेस्टेड टूवर्ड्स दिस फील्ड, पर उनको पता नहीं है कि डिफरेंट करियर पाथ्स क्या होंगे एंड एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू इट। सो इन दिस वीडियो आई विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट साइकोलॉजी होता क्या है, उसमें पढ़ाई कैसे होती है, किस बात के ऊपर होती है, और अगर आप साइकोलॉजी कर रहे हो तो डिफरेंट करियर पाथवेज क्या होंगे आपके पास, whether you can go into counseling, clinical, criminal, forensic, HR, corporate, all of that. And I will be also be talking about how you can design a roadmap for you. So watch the video till the very end, and if you're not a subscriber and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then please make sure to hit the subscribe button, because it is only going to motivate me to create more and more valuable content for you all. And if you're already a subscriber and you follow me, then thank you so much for being there every time and supporting me in this journey that I'm having, and thanks for sticking by. So without further delay, let's get to the video. ये ना इंस्टाग्राम, सोशल मीडिया, इन सब पर ऐसे ट्रेंड चल रहा है कि साइकोलॉजिकली स्पीकिंग, साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्ट्स, साइकोलॉजिस्ट एनालाइज पीपल, दे डिटेक्ट लाइज एंड एवरीथिंग, बट मोस्ट ऑफ इट, आई हेट टू ब्रेक इट टू यू, सही नहीं होता है हर बार. वी थिंक दैट साइकोलॉजी इज़ अबाउट ट्रीटिंग मेंटल डिसऑर्डर्स एंड एवरीथिंग, बट देर आर लॉट ऑफ डिविजन्स इन द साइकोलॉजी एज वेल. कुछ काम काउंसलिंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट करते हैं, कुछ काम क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजिस्ट करते हैं. सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट वी अंडरस्टैंड द डिफ्रेंसीशन, कौन क्या करता है, and how, what interest are we having, what is piquing our interest. So it's important to know about that. So now, a myth that is kind of going on is that psychology fix people, like psychologists fix people, but that's not really the case. So we guide people, yes, we cater our modalities and everything as per the client. अगर आपको कोई डिसऑर्डर है तो आप क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाओगे फॉर डायग्नोसिस एंड एवरीथिंग. इफ़ यू आर डीलिंग विद रियल लाइफ, पर्सनल लाइफ, एवरीडे इशू रिलेटेड थिंग, स्ट्रेस वगैरह कुछ, तो आप काउंसलिंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाओगे. सो देयर इज़ अ डिफरेंशिएशन टू इट. सो नाउ इफ़ आई सिंपली पुट व्हाट साइकोलॉजी इज़, देन साइकोलॉजी इज़ अ स्टडी ऑफ ह्यूमन माइंड एंड बिहेवियर. It helps us understand why people do what they do, why they, how are they feeling this, is that a defense mechanism or anything like that. So it really gives us a broad overview of their mind and behavior. Now let's talk about the academic career path in psychology. So if you are in your 10th, you have finished it and you are interested about psychology, it's important that you opt for it in your 11th or 12th standard, so that आपको अच्छे से फाउंडेशन मिल जाएगा, आप समझ पाओगे कि आपको साइकोलॉजी पसंद है, आपको आगे परस्यू करनी है, all of that. And if you've completed your 12, then make sure that you are definitely taking it up in your bachelor's, because अगर आपको going forward clinical psychology करनी है, then bachelor's में you have to have psychology. So make sure to have that, and later you can always pursue masters in order to become a counseling psychologist or any other psychologist. But for clinical, you have to study a little more advanced, where you have to do a course semi-clinical psychology in order to become a clinical psychologist and register yourself with RCI. Now let's talk about different careers in psychology, the most exciting part which you have been looking for. So now let's first understand what is clinical and counseling psychology. So in clinical, you are mostly working with severe mental health disorders like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, all of that. Whereas in counseling psychology, you deal with more everyday issues that people face related to employment, relationships issue, work performance, personal development, grief, all of that comes in counseling. In clinical psychology, you are diagnosing, you are assessing, you are planning assessments, diagnosis, और ट्रीटमेंट फॉलो होता है. Whereas in counseling psychology more focused on personal development, client centered approaches usually focus on the strengths of the client, and clinical psychologists mostly work in hospitals, rehabilitation centers and everything, whereas counseling psychologists work in centers, schools, or corporates and even clinics. And in order to become clinical and counseling psychology, the academic paths also vary. For counseling psychology, you need to do your masters in psychology, preferably with specialization in counseling. However, with clinical psychology, the entire process is very different, wherein you are doing 4 years of your bachelor's and then doing your MA clinical psychology course. So I've made a complete video on how to become a clinical psychologist going forward in 2026, so you can watch that. If you are interested about forensic criminology and everything, then the two careers are forensic psychology and criminal psychology. Forensic psychology, however, there is available in some of the universities in India, but criminal psychology is not in very scope in the market in India right now. आई हैव मेड अ वेरी डिटेल्ड वीडियो. मैंने बहुत सारी रिसर्च की थी, मैंने बहुत लोगों से बात किया था फॉर फोरेंसिक साइकोलॉजी, एंड आई हैव पुट अप अ डिटेल्ड वीडियो ऑफ फोरेंसिक साइकोलॉजी ऑन माई यूट्यूब चैनल. So if you want to gain more understanding of forensic psychology, you can watch that. But in general, if I have to tell you, forensic psychology is the interaction between the legal system and psychological principles. So it is all about that, and it applies psychological principles to court cases, criminal investigations, law enforcement, legal policies, and everything. So that is about forensic psychology, and there are many less students in India who actually offer this program. So you really have to look up to that video to get into more details. Talking about industrial psychology and HR and everything. So now also UI UX design, everything. So now psychology is not just limited to clinical counseling or forensic. It has psychology अगर आप कर रहे हो तो it comes in a lot of forms. Everything that we do requires a psychological perspective to it. So now if you are doing it for, if you love working in corporates, so then organizational psychology is your go-to. However, the scope is still in the rise, it's not there yet, but if you are passionate about it, then you can go ahead with industrial psychologists. In that you will be working in corporates, working with employees in order to increase their work life satisfaction or deal with any of the issues that they are facing, work on their team dynamics and improve work culture and everything in corporates. If you are HR, you are probably recruiting people who are fitting with their company's needs. Psychologically, you are going to evaluate them and everything. However, if you are passionate about UI UX design, then color psychology comes into the play and everything. So these are the differentiation in these three. Now that you have got understanding of all the different career paths in psychology and what you are interested in, then the last question and the most basic one: why to even study psychology? I know that you must have got an interest in it if you saw someone doing it, or if you had some therapist who was really cool, or you saw a movie that really changed your perspective and you enjoy psychological thrillers and everything. But the way you study psychology, it really helps you understand human on a very deeper level, their behavior, their mind, and it's really fascinating. So when I came into the discipline, I remember falling in love with the subject. So it really, if you are interested about all of that, and it is beautifully combining science with empathy, kindness, compassion, so that really piqued my interest. So you need to find out what is piquing your interest and let me know in the comment section below as well. So that was all about psychology and different career paths in psychology. And if you found my video helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any doubts, you can always leave them in the comment section below, or connect with me for one-on-one mentoring sessions, where I will be able to better guide you with your specific questions in related to the field. And that's about it. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye.